Hello.
Welcome back.
I'm Aaron Bell.
And I'm Kenny Page.
And we're Potty Mouth.
So we have some more Reddit reads, and I found some along the lines of St. Patty's Day, since it would have had been 2 days ago. I think. Whatever math that is.
I don't know.
We've been f***ing sick. So, we are behind on videos because we've been playing Tag It's Your f***ing It, and literally just because the last video I was sick in, I was getting over being sick. Then I got sick, I got sick first, right? No, because Jarrett was sick, I got sick. I got the tummy bug. And then
I kind of got it.
I
didn't get it like he got it, but I got it.
My whole household had it, except my son and I were the only ones who actually yacked. And then we were good for 4 days, and then we got sick again, and then my son got sick, and I took him into the doctors, and he tested positive for flu A. So we've been in the trenches because...
Yeah. Because it was 2 weeks ago, we went to trivia night. That night, Jarrett yacked. And I thought it was because maybe he didn't eat enough food, and then the alcohol didn't settle with his belly. I don't know. And then, or food poisoning. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. And then, he was sick for a couple days, and then it was like that weekend, I ended up not feeling quite right. And then...
Oh, yeah, because that was the Monday that I got sick.
Yeah, but I never threw up. Thank freaking God. Out of all things, I didn't throw up. But, like, my stomach was so f***ed up. Couldn't eat anything. It was, like, it hurt so bad. It was cramping so bad. So I missed some work and stuff. And then that was, like, Monday, Tuesday when I was, like, in the trenches. And then Sunday, not even a week later, I ended up getting whatever I have now, which is I'm at literally the like tail end. If not, I'm fine.
It seems like all the stuff that you've had has at least been like it's like a 48-hour like thing of like in the like really really bad, and then you're like you taper off.
It was just because I was supposed to work Sunday night, didn't happen obviously because it was like I woke up at like it was not even, I don't think it was even 2:00 yet, and I was like, oh, I have the chills, and it like snowballed. Jared's like, why don't you wait until 5? Because I wake up at 5 usually. He's like, why don't you wait until like 5 to call off? And I was like, no, because if I wait and if they can't find coverage, no, I don't want to do that. So I called off, and I'm glad I did, because by the time it was 5:00, I was the peak of the worst. Like, it was awful. So, yeah, being sick twice in 1 week.
Yeah, I went from literally like the stomach bug. I had the chills. I had a stomach ache, and then it went from stomach ache to like my whole entire stomach cramping, and I was like, if I even move, I'm done for. I think we literally got on Fortnite or something, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to play. So I got off, and I literally went to the bathroom, and I couldn't even drink water. I drank a little bit of water, and it was like a half an hour later, I was like, nope, there goes all my water, like everything out of my system. Pulled muscles in my chest, pulled muscles in my back. Like, I was cooked, and I was like, I'm the only one who's sick with this right now. My son had thrown up, he threw up Friday too, and I had to pick him up from school. But it was like it was probably just something he ate. Yeah, no, I think he actually had it, but since we've just been sick so much, I don't think that one hit him as hard, because, like, I've had this raspy crap going on, but, like, I feel fine. I have felt fine. I haven't had any runny nose, nothing, but I have a little bit of a cough, and it's just lingering.
But it also could just be the dude, my allergies already working up.
It was 70 degrees this week, and on my way here it was snowing. So... children had flu A. Youngest did not get it. Alex got it. I didn't. Don't know how. Like, I think, or maybe like even I might have it, or I had it, but
maybe
it's just,
you already had it. And then
I was just a carrier or something.
Maybe that's what that was though. When you were sick though, maybe it was flu A and you just didn't.
Yeah.
Because like I know Jarrett and I had the flu.
Yeah, I took him to the doctors because he had a really really bad cough and it kept him up all night. And then I felt his forehead, and he wasn't, like, warm, but I was like... So, I ended up taking him into the doctors, and, like, the test came back like that. Like, there was no, like, ifs, ands, buts. And I was like... And then they prescribed him Tamiflu, and he reacted really poorly to that. So, he has had 6 bloody noses and threw up because of it. and I stopped after one dose, called his pediatrician, and I'm like, yeah, so this is what's happening, and they were like, yeah, just stop it for him, and with the flu, you can get bloody noses and everything, and so he's much better. He has a cough when he sleeps, but it kind of triggers, like, the bloody noses, and it's been rough. It's fine. Spring's coming, and hopefully we're out of whatever this is, because it literally, since the end of October, we have been sick every, like, 2 weeks. Like, we missed Thanksgiving, and I missed the opening first few days of hunting season, because of it, because it was so bad, because I was in the ER then, because that's when I had to go get fluids, and I had something screwed up in my neck, so I couldn't turn my neck, and, like, all I could think of is, like, meningitis, because it comes with, like, a stiff neck and everything, and they fixed me all up, and then the next day, it was bad. I had an inhaler and everything else because of the cough and everything settling, and then Sissy Butt got pink eye, I got the start of pink eye, so I just, before she took her drops even, I put some drops in my eyes, and I was good because I caught it early enough, but she had it for, like, 4 days or something, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, we have had probably just about everything and anything since. Every flu, every stomach bug, everything since literally the end of October, so hopefully we'll just be immune to this by next year, because I'm over it. It's fine. Anyways, back to what we are supposed to be talking about. St. Patty's Day is coming up. I picked us up some shamrock shakes because I haven't had one yet, and I was like, oh, it would go perfect with today's episode. So I had found, I was trying to think of, like, oh, what could we do for, like, St. Patrick's Day? And I was like, we'll just read Reddit stories. I'm sure there's some Reddit stories on here. And there indeed are. And it is from r/askreddit. What is the luckiest or unluckiest thing that has ever happened to you? And I was, like, thinking, I was like, I can't even think, like, off the top of my head. So, this person posted, Reddit. I am currently researching stories and ideas based on chance versus luck. Obviously, I have been using Google and YouTube to find interesting stories and videos, but why not try to get some primary sources? So what are some of your craziest/weirdest/most interesting stories that involve luck, good or bad, or chance? And the first one is from 15 years ago. We're going back. It is from This Is My Jam. During my junior year abroad, I was supposed to go visit a friend in Galway, Ireland. I missed my flight from London to Shannon by 2 minutes. Not even the flight, but I missed the timed queue to check into the flight by 2 minutes. A big you know. So I jumped on a flight hours later to Dublin because as an American, I figured, yeah, it, whatever. I'll just take a bus. It can't be that far. Well, friends, Dublin is on the other side of the country and doesn't have any buses to Galway running at 1 a.m. There was one bus in the bus lot outside the airport, and the driver said it was a private charter bus and that he couldn't help me. I went back to the airport to rage some more and met some kids who said that they went to uni in Galway. Turns out, the bus was chartered to pick them up and drive them to Galway, and there was one empty seat, and said I could get a ride with them. And after my minimal sexual innuendos and a free plate of fish and chips, they dropped me off at a payphone 3 hours later. I called my friend's mobile, and she immediately came out of a club directly across the street from the payphone. The person said the funniest thing about this story was briefly wondering what sex you were. Obviously, you're female, but for a moment, I thought you were male, and then really, truly lucky part of the story was going to be the sexual innuendos you followed up on.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, what are the odds of the one single bus that's there going to the place that you needed to go, and then they dropped you off across the street from your friend? That's pretty lucky if you ask me.
So it was lucky, unlucky, because she?
She.
She's unlucky. that she missed it by 2 minutes, but lucky that worked out like that.
Yeah. Like, it was like a snowball of, like...
It's Hail Marys, what the that was.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can hear the wind outside. I have poor windows.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a hurricane up there.
This one is from a deleted user 15 years ago. I locked my keys in my car and didn't have my phone on my person. A passing pedestrian, just so happened to be a locksmith, saw my dilemma and offered to help. Through that delay, my parents, who by choice were visiting the same location, saw me right as I was just getting into my car. They took me out to eat, paid for my dinner, and gave me $20. Seeing as I was broke at the time, this was the ultimate gift I could have gotten. I took that $20 and used it to take a girl I knew out on a date. The date later out became to be my girlfriend. My lucky story.
That'll be something to tell the grandkids one day.
Right. They came back. They replied back to the OP. And the OP said, I think this is more like a manifest destiny. And they replied back, the crazy thing is that her dad and mine actually work for the same company. And I met her through a random chance encounter at a party. Found out we had the same class together and just hitched off from there. Still dating this girl today. If there was ever a thing known as fate, I think our relationship would be a prime example of such.
Invisible string theory?
Yeah, I think so. It is from a deleted user, so hopefully they got married and lived happily ever after. Because here's another one from another deleted user 15 years ago. One day while golfing, I had attached my wedding and signet rings to my golf towel because they caused blisters when I played.
Ooh.
On the 7th hole, I realized that I had lost my golf towel and my rings. I immediately retraced my steps and passed by a foursome who had the towel. I asked them where they found it and went off looking for a needle in a very large haystack on the 4th hole fairway. Eventually, the course marshal asked me what I was doing. So I told him how a foursome had found my towel, but not my rings, and I had to look. It was my wedding ring, after all, and the signet ring was given to me by my grandmother, who had died years ago. The marshal went back and got one of the foursome. We walked to the sloping hill in the rough. Buddy says, I found it around here, and pointed to a section of a hill about 40 feet by 100 foot. No more than 5 seconds after he said that, I looked down and noticed a glint in the grass and picked up the signet ring. Walked 2 steps and picked up the wedding ring. Buddy and the marshal were standing in awe. They called me the luckiest son of a they had ever seen. So did the guys I was playing with. Somebody commented, and then you bought everyone beer. Hooray!
Yeah. Losing a ring significant like that, girl, that terrifies me.
If my mom's watching, I don't know if she knows that I lost my one ring, but did I tell you about my baby? Yeah. So, I had a ring. I don't remember if my parents got it for me, but it was a ring with my birthstone on it, and it only fit on my pinky finger. Like, it was meant for, like, a baby. Well, here, I had snuck into my parents' room in, like, 4th grade, and I wanted to wear it to school because I was like, ooh, it's my ring. Like, ooh, look at me, I'm wearing a ring. It's a real ring. It's not just a 25-cent little machine ring. And they were remodeling our school. They had, like, the floor all dug up in the library area, and it was right beside the restrooms, and we were going to the restrooms, and then we would line back up and then go back to class, because we were in trailers outside at the time while they were remodeling the rooms. And I had, like, flung my hand the wrong way, and off went the ring into the construction. Never to be seen again. Well, granted, I don't know if anyone ever found it, but also they never, like, I never heard anything after that. I was too afraid to ask if anyone were to find it, because it was construction, stranger danger, I guess, whatever. And I lost it, never to be seen again. So, sorry, I lost my ring. Whoops.
The fact that it's just buried underneath the flooring in there.
Yeah, which by then it was being turned into a 3rd grade classroom in the health room, I believe. It was the library. So, it's there, or somebody found a ring and took it for themselves.
Whoops.
So this one is also from a deleted user 15 years ago. Okay, here's a story. I have a cousin who I've been pretty close with since we were young. Anyway, he was a kid who always stepped/landed in dog shit. If we were playing on a field, he somehow found the only fresh batch and land in it. Just lucky, I guess. This one day, we were racing our BMXs to a friend's house, on a sidewalk, off the sidewalk, in and out of parked cars, crisscrossing back and forth, then wham. As I go to get off the curb, we hit each other. He sails into somebody's lawn, and you wouldn't know it.
Dog.
Right in a fresh patch of dog. Me? I went the other way and landed on both my elbows and knees on the road. We stood up, me with glass and rocks hanging out of my arms, and him standing there with dog in his hair and on his chest. That time, I wish I had landed in the dog.
In his hair? Oh, no. I'll take the boo-boos. Thank you. Ain't no way.
Not the dog.
In his hair. No.
Oh. And if he had it on his chest and his hair, does that mean that it was like how did he land? Oh. Poor kid.
He did a somersault.
Wow. Not the dog. I think we all may wish to land in dog sometime or another.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This one is from The Juice, 2011-22, 15 years ago. I got drunk with some dude at a party in Vegas I'd met that night. Turned out he was a recruiter for my dream job. 6 months later, I was hired full-time. I nailed it. Imagine being like, you look familiar, and you got face plastered with your boss. Okay, this one is from K-Lol, 15 years ago. It's a bit of luck. Here it is. I was saving to finally do my driving license. Just as I got the money needed for it, my computer literally burned. Power supply, motherboard, CPU, all dead. I took the money and bought a new machine, saying to myself, driving license have to wait. I love how they sing driving instead of driver's license. Driving license have to wait. About a month later, I received a tax refund. So I thought, this is the time for my driver's license. My cousin taught about the same, so I let her choose a school. She signed her, me, and her friend. This friend will become my wife this year. The ending was kind of confusing there. My cousin taught about the same, so I let her choose a school. She signed her, me, and her friend. This friend will become my wife this year.
I'm assuming either the cousin taught the lessons.
Yeah, like the driving license.
Or they all went together. And that friend ended up being
That's
the wife.
what it sounds like, but they were...
Grammar is not.
My driving license. Ugh.
A 10-year-old wrote this?
This one is from Mac Sufi, 15 years ago. Oh, I have another one. I was out partying with my flatmate in a very popular party spot in the town we lived in. We went there by bicycle, as always, and as always, we got very drunk. Now in this town, it's not at all legal to drive drunk, bicycle or not. Riding a bike drunk gets treated almost as bad as driving a car drunk.
Which is so funny, because we can do crash, and then you're gonna get hurt.
Right? I mean, like, I guess it would make sense if they were, like, driving in the middle of the road or something on the wrong side or something, but, like, you can lose your driver's license. They were really strict on bikers at that time, as the number of accidents had gone up so much. I guess that kind of explains it. I guess they're causing accidents. When we were done partying, we climbed on our bikes and headed home. If you've ever done that, you know, riding a bike when drunk is not easy. So my friend wobbles along and suddenly gets his front wheel stuck in some rut. He falls and his front wheel is twisted up. So we hoist his bike on my bike and proceeded to push both home. A long way to walk. We are not happy until we see the cops up ahead on the bike track. They were stopping everyone on a bicycle, testing their brakes and lights, and of course, alcohol. If we had been riding our bikes, we would have been fined for sure, or worse. We walked past as drunk as we were. We just couldn't stop giggling at how lucky we were.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's almost like, well, I guess I'll share a story. I guess it would be a lucky story. we had just dropped the kids off. We were getting ready to go to Erie. We had just dropped the kids off at my grandma's house. And Alex goes, oh, shoot, I need to get gas. As we were at the light, like, we were at a light, and the gas station's literally right here. So it was literally, like, in that moment, like, he was like, oh, shoot, I need to get gas. We pulled in, and he starts pumping gas. And it was, as he was pumping gas, the fire alarm goes off. And there was a really bad accident at the intersection across from the laundromat by where Grandma Sandy used to live, like on that one road. And it's known for accidents. Anybody who knows us probably knows where I'm talking about. And there's a really bad accident that had happened right there. Literally, it happened when we were pulling in to, like, get gas. So it was like it could have been us. B, we could have witnessed it. And C, like, being stuck, like, in that situation. But it was, like, there's always, like, those little situations that it's, like, if you're in a rush to get somewhere and you get slowed down by any reason, like, it's always, like, there's probably a reason why you're being slowed down. Like, you're in a rush, you're running late. The burnt toast theory. That, I say, is the burnt toast theory. Alright, let's see.
Jesus.
I'm sure they can hear that happening. That's crazy. Let me find a couple more of these. This one is also from a deleted user 15 years ago. I think that is very much expected of a lot of these stories. Like,
they're so old.
Yeah. My car broke down in the middle of nowhere in the dark one night. No warning, just slowly ran out of steam and came to a halt outside a lone house on the highway. It was just me and my dog. I went inside hoping they weren't axe murderers or Mormons, only to discover it was a bed and breakfast. The old guy who ran it with his wife came out to look at my car. Actually, I've got a couple of those in my barn. I actually fixed them up for fun, he said. I couldn't believe it, but he actually did have 2 MK2 escorts in the shed. My friend came to pick me up, and when I returned the next day, the old guy had put a new alternator in my car for me. Bloody lucky as that is.
That's crazy. A bed and breakfast.
Oh! Stuck to the ceiling. We're just... You're just gonna be over there doing that. I'm not gonna be able to read this.
Sorry, the attention span of a squirrel.
That's fine. Clearer, 15 years ago. I was told to clean a tray slot in front of the bar I worked at. It was so gross. Used cigarette butts, broken glass, spit, and a ton of semi-dried beer. And a $100 bill. I wouldn't want to know where that $100 bill came from, but
Used
$100 is $100.
It was in the used.
No! So those ones were from the luckiest or unluckiest thing that has ever happened to you. And then I also have a couple from Ask Old People, r/Ask Old People from 3 years ago. And it is St. Patrick's Day is coming. Anyone have any funny or crazy stories about it? This person, it says under their username is almost but not quite 60-something from 3 years ago. Their username is Republican Wet Dream.
Okay.
Republicans Wet Dream says St. Patty's Day, 1984. I've been living in New York City for a few months before going back to college in Chicago. Waiting at Grand Central for a train, I become aware I'm surrounded by huge drunk firemen who find my outfit hilarious. Long hair, bowler hat with wings, and a green parka. He's a leprechaun! Their merriment took the form of a good-natured row. What is this guy saying? What the f***? Their merriment took the form of good-natured row, handling and the purchase of many drinks for me. I staggered onto my train and returned to school. So if you want free beer, just dress like a leprechaun. I told Alex he needs to
I
dress
was
like
him.
he needs to dress like a leprechaun and go to work on St. Patrick's Day dressed like a leprechaun. I think everybody would absolutely love that. He's a redhead, by the way, if you didn't know. So.
Yeah, my pink hair's natural.
This one says, things were different in those days. I want to say up front that after the surprise wore off, I basically chuckled inwardly and kept moving, but I did at least know the person somewhat, so it was not scary. Had it happened on the street amongst a vast crowd, might have been scary. I just want to say, don't wear a button saying, "Kiss me, I'm Irish," because someone just might. And then don't forget that you're wearing it. I was telling Aaron this whenever we went thrifting a couple weeks ago. There was a shirt that said, "Kiss me, I'm Irish" on it. Or it said something along the lines of that. And it, like, unlocked a thing in my mind. It was a shirt from Kmart, and it was, like, one of those, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was, like, white, but it was, like, acid wash white. So it was, like, kind of see-through, kind of not. And it was lime green blocky words, and it said, "Kiss me, I'm Irish" on it. Don't know how my mom let me have that shirt, but I wore it a lot, not just on St. Patrick's Day. I have a little bit of Irish in me, but not, I don't think enough for me to be like, "Oh, kiss me, I'm Irish." Because your name's Irish. My name's,
Literally, my name's the poster board for Irish people.
Erin, Erin. And mine is, I want to say is it Celtic, said both ways, which is essentially Irish.
Yeah.
A majority of on my mom's side of the family, they are from Sweden. I can't think of, like, any other, like, lucky, unlucky.
I don't know why nothing's coming to my mind right now.
I'll share. I think I've shared this story before, but I'm not sure. So my first winter driving, when I yeehawed into a field.
Yeah.
I think that one was probably a lucky story. I'll share it. So we had just gotten a dog at the time. It was 2019 because it was right before I got pregnant with Big Stink. We were looking at getting a puppy. And so we found some through a friend, or I found some through a friend, and I talked Alex into getting it. And we were like, "Oh, we'll go after work." And I worked at a restaurant at the time. And he worked at a different tool shop. And I was like, "Oh, well, I'll wake up early and I'll go pick up the puppy." Because they were a friend at the time. They were also getting a puppy. And they were like, "Oh, well, why don't we go out in the morning? Like, why don't we go out in the morning and get them? Like, I'm fine with getting in the morning. And then I'll just keep it at my house and then you can pick it up afterwards. Like, after we get back, or after you get out of work." I was like, "Okay, cool," because she lived in an apartment building, like, literally up the road from the restaurant I worked at. And here, I was literally pushing it. I would have made it to work with, like, 2 minutes to spare. Like, usually I got to work, like, 10 minutes before, like, my shift started, whatever, so then I could, like, get breakfast or, like, whatever. And I went up, so there was, like, a V. The way that the road was, it was a V, and I couldn't remember, like, going down, I knew that I had to go down one way, but to get back to the restaurant, you had to go the other way. Well, I was running a little bit late. We had just gotten the puppies back, we got the pen set up, everything, and I had gotten on the wrong side of the wrong road. And so I had pulled up, like, on my phone, on GPS, like, how to get there, but I never pressed, like, start or whatever. And I just, like, threw my phone up on my little thing. And it was all black ice on this back road I have never been on before. I was like, this doesn't look familiar. And here I had driven down the road that went behind the restaurant. On, like, a non-maintenance road. Black ice, middle of winter. I've never driven in the winter before at this point. Like, I wasn't very, like I said, I never really drove in the winter. And I had hit a patch of black ice and went into a field. And when I went into this field, the field went like this, dropped off, and then it was a field. I somehow managed to stay on the drop-off part, drove along the drop-off, and then went into the field. And it was like a good, like, 100 yards that I had been on the drop off, and Alex is like, I don't know how you didn't flip your car. Like, I literally, like, I was like, oh my god, like, it was literally like that, like, you could see like where I went off at, and I'm like, okay. So I went into the field and I tried getting out myself because there's one car that came through. They're like, there's a little side road, like right there where tractors take to get back up on the road. If you can make it there, it was literally like 20 feet from my car. So I tried, wasn't going anywhere. Here, I blew my tire off the rim. And so that's why I couldn't get anywhere. I called Alex freaking out. I'm like, I'm in a field. I need help. Can you come help me? I don't want to, like, I'm fine. I don't need to call the police, whatever. Because, like, I'm fine. There was minimal damage to my car. Like, the underside of my bumper, I had ripped part of it off. And Alex got there. He had the Cummins at the time. He pulled me out, changed my tire, but he didn't want me driving on it because the front bumper was kind of all fudged. But, yeah. Then he went and I called my job and I said, hey, my car's in a field right now. I'm going to be late for work. They didn't believe me. And I said, well, I will be there as soon as I can. My husband will drop me off. He dropped me off. I so out of it at that point. I was only like an hour late for work at that time. And I literally had pictures on my phone, and I went into the kitchen. I'm like, I'm here. And she's like, oh, haha, like, and I showed her the picture of my car in the field, and she's like, oh, I didn't think you were actually in a field. I'm like, what else do you think? I was just playing la-di-da by myself in the field, not my car. I was like, and literally when I was working the cash register that day, I went in and I had the roll of quarters, and I dumped the roll of quarters out, and the last quarter in there was one of the ones with an angel popped out of it, like cut out of it, and I'm like, I took a quarter out of my bag and put it in, but I, like, took that. I was like, I'm going to take that as my sign that I am lucky that I didn't roll my car and everything else, because it was, like, of all times, too, like, just the little angel cut out, and I still have it. I have it in, like, an old thing, because I would get, like, Canadian quarters and dimes and all that from, like, regulars and everyone. They'd be like, here's this for you, and I'm like, thanks. So I collected, like, a lot of stuff. Got, like, a $2 bill from one of the regulars, but, like, I was like, this quarter is a sign. This quarter is mine, because I was really lucky. There were some guardian angels looking after me that day, because I was, like, so shook. I was, like, out of it, and, like, it was new to me. I wasn't, like, taught how to drive in the wintertime. Yeah, I consider myself lucky with that, because it could have been much worse. I could have been flipped in a car, and if I would have gotten hurt, like I said, it was a back road, and that person didn't drive past me until, like, 5 minutes after, and I said that somebody was coming, and then also, when Alex got there, the police were driving by, and they're like, is anyone hurt? And I'm like, no, and they're like, okay, good. I don't think I have any tow hooks or, like, any of that stuff, but it looks like you got it under control. I was like, yeah, thanks. And Alex is like, you're so lucky I was here, because if they would have seen you by yourself or something, they could have, like, written it up. I'm like, and I'm pretty sure that they stopped and they looked, like, where I went off the road at and everything. But
yeah, no, because there's multiple times that I've, like, when I was in car accidents and stuff. My mom picked me up. My mom and my stepdad did. They picked me up from my dad's house. It was, I don't even know. And we were driving. It was winter, and we were, oh god, past that road that you turn onto to go to the campground, and then you pass, like, that Amish store or whatever it is. A truck just passes us, and we hit black ice, and we spin out on the road, and we're, like, this sideways on the road, and, like, that truck just passed us. Like, we almost hit them. That was scary.
Yeah.
My dress, maybe? My wedding dress? Because I looked at it. It's my third.
Yeah.
It was my third one that I tried on. Ever. Excuse me.
I'm pretty sure my wedding dress was also my third one, and I did not like it the first time I tried it on.
Really?
I hated it.
Really?
Yeah, I did not like it because of the cut on my shoulders. It was, because it's like...
Did they change it?
It was square. No. I had just tried it on and then tried it on in a different color and saw that I could get it in a different color, because my mom actually chose that one.
Oh.
Yeah, my dress. My wedding dress is one that my mom picked out.
Oh, I didn't know that. Mine wasn't. That was, so 3's my lucky number.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the third dress I tried on. And the ones before that, my mom's like, oh, I looked frumpy as but okay. We're going through it. And then whenever we came back to, because it was like my top that I would pay for a dress is $1,500, right? It was $14.99, and I was like, that's still so expensive,
Top
but
line.
okay. Literally, I was like, but I'm still gonna get it. Well, then I obviously didn't get it right then and there, and then when we came back, I was still set on it, but I let everybody pick dresses out for me because I was like, it, like let's have fun. Like I want to have fun, even though I know I'm probably gonna pick that dress, and that was so much fun. And then my dress was $900, so it'd gone down $500. I still call it luck, and my room was 33.
Yeah.
When I got it, so
It
it was meant to be.
I guess you won that gift basket, the one that you really, really wanted
Oh!
at the craft show.
Yes, I have
That
told
was
that
pretty
before, but yeah,
Yeah.
I won that. I was so excited about that.
I feel like a lot of stories that like considered lucky, like we've told before.
Yeah.
Do you have any lucky or unlucky stories? Let us know in the comments if you have any St. Patrick's Day stories, and let us know what you thought about these Reddit stories. There's just some random Reddit stories, but with that being said, we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.